Afternoon, everyone. So the last part of our presentation is about selling your information to other companies. It's a good point. I'm glad you asked us to investigate this a little bit further. There's a few things we have to look at, so let's see if we have time to do it. Right. Oh, sorry. There we go. Selling client information, right. What we need to do is we need to think about collecting the information first. There's few things we need to follow, which are the Data Protection Act, which was first introduced in 1998. This protects the information we collecting. It makes sure that the information we collected is protected, that we keep it nice and secure. There's many factors to it. If we look into it a little bit more, basically, if you want to sell the information, first of all, at the point when we collecting the information, we need to ask the permission to actually pass the information on to other companies. So it's very important. As Michael said in his part, there should be always a visible kind of information about this data protection. So we always have to ask the permission of our clients. Then the holding of the information, there's few things we need to look into. We can't hold it for as long as we want to. There will be certain time period. Let's say if we can look into it this way. If the user is inactive for a year, there's no point in holding that information. Your software is going to be taking pictures of the clients. There will be a picture of number of ladies and gentlemen, and you don't want to be holding that information on your servers for too long. Because imagine if something like the security risks Mira mentioned happened, all those pictures could leak, and all those pictures could be just published onto the internet. Only the adequate information should be provided as well. So we only want to collect the information we really need for the software. So we will take the pictures, we will probably take the name and possibly the body size as well, because we want to make sure that the clothes fit onto the person. So those information, yeah, fine, we can collect that. Stuff like something that's not related, your number plate of the car, we don't need to collect it, and there's no point. The Data Protection Act makes sure that we don't collect anything that we don't need. Okay. Then you have the selling of the actual data to the buyers. Now you need to make sure when you contact a buyer about selling the information, you need to make sure that the buyer informs your clients or that the data is going to be transferred onto them. That has to be done prior to the actual act, or as soon as possible. It has to be used for the same purpose as well. So all the information you collected, you're going to have all these pictures. You can't just sell it to Amazon for them to use it as these stock images of females and males. It has to be used for the same purpose. So in our case, it would be another software that takes the picture of the client and just puts clothes onto them and allows them to try it online. So we need to make sure it's the same purpose and used for the same purpose. Yeah. Okay. Then we need to look at ethical obligations. We looked into the legal problems. The ethical ones, that's something really hard to kind of think about. But imagine yourself being the client. Imagine that you've got your picture, your data on this website, and your data is going to be sold, and it might get sold. And how do you feel about it? I mean, you obviously need to be aware of that. So that's why you should make sure that all the clients know prior to providing you with the information that you might share it. So that's very important. If you don't do that, that's very unethical, because you're just going to pass on this information without the users knowing. So you wouldn't like that. Neither they would. And it's important for your business as well. you need to make sure that your clients are happy, you want to make your company look good, and even your reputation of your company will increase if you look into all these sectors. Okay, then obviously clearly mentioned to the clients, as I said, and as Michael said as well. Then we've got only selling for the same purpose, as I mentioned, selling stuff to Amazon, to selling the stock pictures. That wouldn't be very good, absolutely unethical. I think the whole selling of the pictures dilemma, I would completely discard that and just don't sell any pictures. Maybe sell information that's kind of generic, but nothing too specific. Okay, and yes. Now you need to, when you are selling the information as well, you need to make sure that the users can access the information you are holding. That's provided by the Freedom of Information Act. Prior to the selling of the information, some users might ask you, okay, right, what sort of information do you have about me? You can show them what you've got, and they can possibly decline the selling of the information as well. It's in their rights, so they can do that, no problem. You obviously want to make money out of selling this information. I've got nothing against that, as long as you go by these rules and kind of think about it from the client's perspective. As long as you kind of feel that it should be good, go for it and do it, but always make sure that it's quite adequate. The same with the terms and conditions and the Data Protection Act mentioned on the website. Make sure it's clear and visible, that it's not somewhere hidden in small print. Yes, we will publish all your photos and everything else about you. Make sure it's visible, customers will be happy. Okay? And right, that's about it. I mean, that was our presentation on all the fundings we've seen by me, Michal, Roman and Miro. Now, what time is it? It's time for questions. So go for it. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask us, okay?
Right, yeah, certainly do. Go forward.